Okay, I got time to float along until I reach the water. Falling down, I wonder if I'll burn out when I hit the bottom. Every day I'm swimming through the galaxy, I feel the heat. The sun is shining through the blinds and washing over me. I see the giants waving me on over.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. On my recent video, I've seen comments, how do you play Dark Magician? There's so many variants of Dark Magician that you can play. With the new release, Ancient Fairy Dragon, this is a sample deck list that I have. There's a brand of Dark Magician that I always play, that I've been playing since like September. There's DP Dark Magician because if you notice, a new ban list is going to put the Fusion Destiny back to 2, so the 2 started to 2 break ratio might be good, and if birthday gets interrupted, you can still probably take plays. There's Combination DM, which is a more pure version. I also added the hand trap the board breakers to this deck as well. And then there's a branded DM list without the board breakers as well that I used to play. There's Numeron Dark Magician with Numeron Network to increase the draw power. There's Ritual Dark Magician if you want to play rituals, but there's no Master of Chaos Max. You know, Dodo, he came with this list, but there's no Master of Chaos Max. And then this is a troll variant that I made, Runic Dark Magician, but the Runic cards are getting hit. This deck just felt like worse Runic to me, so I didn't really play it that much. And then there's Dogmatica Dark Magician, of course. I haven't played this. I haven't updated this deck in a while. The Dogmatica cards have good synergy with Dark Magician and the spellbook cards. We're gonna go over to the history of Dark Magician. How did we get to this point of this much support throughout the years? You guys know, this is home tab here. You guys know Yugi used Dark Magician in his anime run, and it's been getting support since then. As you can see here, this linked this article in the description by Daruka. He updated this very recently, and you can see like the history of Dark Magician. But this is pretty much these 2 cards really changed the archetype, Circle and Eternal Soul. Being able to special summon Dark Magician from the hand or graveyard and set up a loop with the 3 cards: Dark Magician himself, Eternal Soul, and Circle. Circle banishing your opponent's card. And you keep doing that over and over again. Before links were released, we usually fusion summon or XC summon away the Dark Magician. Once links were released, we can link away using if you scroll down here, we can link away using the I'm Duck and Link Spider here, and the generic links. I'm Duck, link away to resummon Dark Magician. So this has been the hardest hold deck for years now. 2016, and we kept getting support that gives the deck more consistency. 2016, which is Rado was released, that this can search either of these. Dark Magician Dragonite, this was made to protect the back row, but it's been power crept so much because there's so much non-target removal, non-target, non-destruction removal. If you know, in this format, Sprite Smashers, this is why I don't go for Dragonite anymore. That consistently, because they can just search Sprite Smashers out the Dragonite. Life Twin Sprite, they have 2 outs. They have the Life Twin Sunny, non-target send if you banish itself and then send another Life Twin. Sword Soul, they have Chang'e, which non-target banishes your cards. Tribe Brigade, I've seen some plays with Sprite Tribe Brigade. They have Shureg and the Smashers. There's just so many outlets to Dragonite plus Eternal Soul that I don't even think it might not even be worth without like another thing to back him up, like Village or some limit or imperm or something like that to stop your opponent from just freely getting a monster that can out this card. But the good thing about this card is that most of the cards that out it are monsters, but skill drain really doesn't work because it negates its own effect. So yeah, Dragonite, I wish Konami just made him better. I wish his effect was like your opponent cannot affect Dark Magician spell trap if they want to limit it to just Dark Magician spell traps, or they can just make it all spell traps. But they did not think out for power creep here, so I don't know how this card will age. Magician Souls, now this card has been broken for a long time. You can see it's still very expensive here in the TCG player, but This card was abused by Spiral a few times to send Spiral Master Plan. If you know that card, up right here. Master Plan. This card is still, it's banned in the TCG, but it's a spellcaster. It's level 7. They used to send this and then get to plus like 3 or 4 off of just Magician Soul's effect. And they want to send their spell traps that revive Master Plan to the graveyard, so this will just give them 3 pluses because they can draw using those spell traps. But in this deck, we kind of use him the same way: send Dark Magician to the graveyard and then have him in the graveyard for the circle loop, and then use his on-field effect to send like Salvation away. If you know Salvation, that sets Eternal Soul deck, and it's literally a really not that good cards. Usually send it for draws, maybe draw into a hand trap, or other floodgate if you're playing that. But you can also use it to social summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, which can allow you to OTK with Salvation or do some crazy plays. This is going up after the video with my best replay, and I use him to get 2 monsters on the field with Salvation because Salvation special summons the other one. And then this is probably our best spell card here, released with Souls. This card stacks the deck, so it pretty much makes most of the cards that are in the 10% attack more consistent to get. It works good with Circle because you can stack one of our spell traps, which Circle can add, and then you can banish it to draw cards equal to the number of Palladium monsters, Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl with different names. Really good card. And then we have Dragoon, which pretty much changed the archetype together into Verte Turbo. Get Village out. Yeah, Verte Turbo, pretty much. Then Verte got banned, and then Dragoon. Now it's pretty much Ref Turbo. If you know Loza, Ref best card. But this card is it was just an anime made card. This card was a dream. Omni negate for this card. Non-target, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Can't target this card with card effects, so even if Eternal Soul gets blown up, it stays on the field. 3k attack, and then it can pop, burn. And then you can use it twice if you use both Red Eyes and Dark Magician. Like, this card is just, and it's banned in the OCG still. To terrorize the OCG, everybody was just using it in every deck, and that transferred over to Master Duel. It's still banned in Master Duel. We don't know when this card is gonna get unbanned. Maybe 2nd anniversary. I don't know. Maybe when we get our new next set of support, which should come in like 2023. Because we got our last set, we got this in 2020, and Illusion of Chaos was 2022, maybe 2024, I don't know. And then Illusion of Chaos, of course, is another consistency tool like Rod and Soul Servant was, to get to our DM triangle more consistently, maybe get into our fusions. And this really on-field effect is not really that good. It doesn't even destroy. If it destroyed, maybe, but yeah. So I'm gonna go more in depth into this guide, but guys should really read it. It goes through like every list, but I just want to cover the basics of the Dark Magician archetype. This really goes through it. Yeah, the Eternal Soul loop here. Soul Servant, Circle, Salvation, pretty much another copy of Eternal Soul, Soul's Rod, Illusion of Chaos. So I'm gonna go through just branded specifically. So branded, you wanna it's pretty much what Dragoon was for us. Get into Verte, use Verte's effect, send Branded Fusion, make Mirror Jade with Verte and Bats from deck, and that's your interruption plus anything else you had. Yeah, and that's pretty much branded, or you can use branded, Branded Fusion pure, like just use it and not use Verte, but you can't link. Make Mirror Jade that way, but you have to discard, or you can make Dragonite, which, as I said, I don't really do in this format because Smashers exist, and it really hurts the deck. If you just get Smashers and you have no interruption, I'd rather have Mirror Jade to banish the normal summon. A sprites can't do anything if their level 2 gets hit immediately. And moving over to that, I've seen people play like Summon Limit, Skill Drain, all that stuff for going first. If you go second, you're screwed. I feel like if you have Village and you have the Circle Banish loop up, you probably will also win the sprite matchup. If you saw my tournament plays, if you saw the video, all I had to do was get Circle, Dark Magician, and Village up with like a Spellcaster. I would instantly win the sprite matchup because They can't use Sprite Starter, which especially summons a sprite from the deck. I would, when they summon a level 2, I flip Eternal Soul, summon back Dark Magician. I have a 2500 attack monster. Banish their level 2. They can't use any of their sprite names in hand. They can't use runic names if they're playing runic sprite. And they can't call by the Grave Dark Magician. The village is really, if you go first, village will save you. But if you go second, village can't save you because they'll just set up everything already, have the negates, IP, elf. So I'm just focusing on the going second cards in this format and maxi. I feel like Haven and Haven, if you know, he's a Dark Magician chat as well. Getting, well, he's not even. Well, this is his deck list here. Let me go here. Haven's deck list. He made some of these sample deck lists here. Oh, this is not even. That's weird. Is this him? Yeah. This is Haven. He got a win streak, and I think he's diamond. He's in diamond rank right now. Loza, if you know Loza, he got to diamond with a deck that's similar to mine. He's using the board breaker strat as well, and it's going very well. So, and as a control deck, we really need to conserve our card advantage. So, hand traps are not really doing it for us anymore because I can just play through it so well. If you need more support, in the description I always have the Dark Magician Discord, which has the guides. Haven is one of the helpers there, as well as Ruka. Also read this guide. I'll put this guide in the description. It will help you be able to start playing the deck. Hopefully do good with the deck. There's also some sample deck lists down here. See, this guide is very comprehensive. It shows like everything. I have to scroll for like forever to see and it has even card combos, which was just added. On-field combos. Yeah, it shows the loop here, the Pro Negate loop. The Viner of Herald is also a tech you can play. That's in the AFD build. Yeah, here's some lists here. If you don't have some of the cards, there's even some budget lists. Down here, free to play. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned a lot about the Dark Magician archetype. Peace.